Welcome to Patrick's mental breakdown. Welcome to Patrick's war on audio equipment. If you made it through the last video, congratulations. You have much greater patience for bad audio than I do. I listened to it back after I posted it. I was at my stepson's martial arts. I listened to it on headphones and nearly threw my phone across the dojo. I apologize to everyone who tried to make it through that. Now, hopefully better, fewer plosives this time, and I'm going to cut all the low end, hopefully compensating for what is apparently a goddamn cave that I record in. I wanted to talk briefly about a thing that I'm seeing emerge online the last few days that I think is, on the surface, ugly and at its core, very healthy. And that is the, hey, fuck you, old man, response to Mark Millar. Now, I don't think that this is a good thing because I think people should tell each other to fuck each other over nothing. I don't think that's good, but I think it is productive in the following regard. When the conversation comes up, hey, we need a return to form. We need to bring back creators who can sell books. This has been interpreted by different people in different ways. I've seen, these guys are old, aka racist. They don't like diversity in this. I've seen these guys are self-serving. They just want to get themselves jobs again. I've seen all of these deflections that really aren't addressing the premise of what these people are saying, which is the work right now stinks. And I was happy to see people finally get their nuts and be insulted. I watched a few creators, still early in their career, kind of in that waiting for opportunities from the big two after having one or two space instead of going out there and creating something of their own. But, you know, everybody's journey is their own, and some people do great work in that space. I saw them saying, why are we taking this lying down? This guy's saying that we suck. Why can't he understand that this is what it is now? This is what comics are today, and he needs to get with it. Now, the reason I like this is because that's an actual argument. All the stuff about, hey, you're old, so you must hate black people, not a real argument. That's a deflection. It's possible that some people do, but the assumption is just an ugly one that is just meant to not have a conversation. This, however, is actionable, as they say in corporate speak, right? So let's look at it. As I say, just, always just own these things. Just say, hey, I love this. For myself, a great example would be I've been playing punk music for 20 years. That means that I have either the worst case of arrested development imaginable or possible, or I just really love a thing and it matches my sensibilities. If somebody said, hey, why are you not listening to Chopin? I would say, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you enjoy that. Here's what I enjoy, and I'm going to continue listening to it. Thank you for your input. And that should be the brush back to Millar. Nothing else. You can't argue sales. Sales are in the shitter. You can't deflect with any of the race conversation, any of the, hey, you're old, so I'm going to assume the worst about you. That's worthless. Those aren't addressing the substance of the criticism. The substance of the criticism is, hey, the work fucking stinks. All you've got to say back is, hold on, here's all you got to say back, actually. I'm gonna go down a list. Afrofuturism, abstract art, abstract expressionism, alter modern, never even heard of that one. American Barbizon School, anti-Podians, arabesque. You know what I'm doing right now? You're picking up what I'm putting down, right? These are art movements. This is just Wikipedia for list of art movements, right? Concrete art, conceptual art, Gothic art. There's thousands. It looks like there's probably over 1,000. Land art, magical realism, mail art. Mail art. Let's click on that. Is that exactly what it looks like? That's exactly what it sounds like. Plasticine. So these are all schools of art, and You may love some of them. You may hate some of them. You may think that each one of them is equally valid, but of course, there's going to be some that appeal to you more than others. Some of them are almost certainly complete dead ends, and the majority of them have in some way influenced all art moving forward, and some of them have changed the world. Now, why is it so hard to say what comics are today represents an art movement, represents a moment, and it will come and go. But in this moment, those of us that love it can politely say fuck you to the old guard and say, hey, I'm gonna essentialize a little bit here, but we want low conflict, high interpersonal exchange. We want low stakes. We want to take the edge off of villains. We want cozy books, right? Maybe that would be the way to describe this era of books. If you are an older millennial, who I think is the majority of the people that are taking offense to what Millar said, this is your sensibility. Of course, there's outliers. Of course, it's not going to apply to everyone. Generationally, this is what you're about. Millennials are often characterized as collectivist in nature, unwilling to challenge the status quo, corporate-minded by birthright. These are characterizations, or you could read them as criticisms. The criticism of it can range from the personal, saying this stinks, to the utilitarian, which is this stinks, therefore it's not selling. I'm concerned about the future of comics. Will this moment matter? Well, if things are as bad as some people say they are, and there's no comic shops in 10 years, oh yeah, it's going to matter. But is it just as likely that this is no different than, let's say, Viennese actionism? Did this matter to the people that were involved with it? I'm sure it did. It probably shaped their life in meaningful ways. Does it matter? No, it doesn't fucking matter. And is it possible that comics right now won't fucking matter? More than possible. In fact, it's likely. But if this is your moment and you love this shit, then just stand on it. You know, I mean, as the rappers say, stand on business. Just say to Millar, hey, blow me. Just say to the retailers, hey, this is what we love. You old ass motherfuckers can suck a dick. Now, I don't think that's going to help you very much in the shops, but apparently you don't give a shit, so fuck it anyway. My point here is, if we all owned the things that we loved, we could have real conversations about what any of this actually means. The more that we embrace the silly arguments, the culture war arguments, the bitterness, those just derail us. At the end of the day, there's, I love this, I believe it can work, or I love this and I don't care if it works, versus I hate this and it doesn't work. That's it. And I know which one's going to win, because this moment's going to go away and anybody who hates it can claim a victory. But that's not what will have actually happened. It'll just be a change of time, a change of moment. And I personally look forward to it. But if you are loving this moment, just own it. Just say, blow me.